Okay, so my name is Rafael Castro, and I'm recording this video for you about my new gun policy, which is technically need less guns in the streets, which is, we can also translate, unarmed population. So let's start. My target mainly is the national government of the US. It applies for all the states. There are no exceptions. It's the whole state, the whole country. Well, let's start with possession. I say that only people older than 21 years old can buy legal guns, and they can only have it at home, but not in public. And guns can be concealed if showed in public. I mean, if you are in public, they have to be concealed and not showed. I chose this primarily to prevent guns from the streets, so you can be having your weapons at home just in case an intruder comes in. But if you're gonna take him somewhere else, it has to be concealed because it can have like some kind of shock value, and you can be seen as a criminal. For self-defense, guns can be used at home but not in public. I won't choose any stand your ground laws. It creates turmoil because it will create turmoil in neighborhoods, and it is not fully secure. I chose this to prevent less firearms in the streets, as I said earlier. A stand your ground law is not passed because it creates more problems than solutions. So, as we know, the stand your ground laws have created a lot of problems with confusion and not knowing how to judge a person who killed another one thanks to these laws. It creates major controversy, and if we keep them legal, like stand your ground laws, it will create more and more problems than solutions, as I said. Background checks. Yes, it will require a background check. The background check will look for good mental health, no terminal diseases, criminal records cleared, and other things like the management of guns, aka knowing how to use a gun, is required. The type of people who will pass will be completely healthy people that know how to use a gun, and practically innocent people with a clear history. In the background check, for good mental health, there will be some doctors doing a test for mental health. No terminal diseases, since having a gun and shooting, for me, it can be kind of dangerous. Criminal records cleared. To buy a gun and to purchase a gun, it's the same thing. You should have your records cleared, no matter what. If you had an offense, purchase is a no-no for a gun. Management of gun. You should know how to use a gun, how to shoot. You should even get a class of how to shoot a gun. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. The mandatory waiting periods. Yes, purchasers will have to wait at least 5 days, like some states like Alabama or Alaska or Ohio. And while this happens, they just have to wait for it in order to get the gun. They purchase it, they do all the background checks and the tests, and then you get your gun after 5 days. This is for all the country, for the whole country. Number of guns per person can be only one. For hunting, you should have a qualified weapon for that practice. You should have a license also. A qualified weapon should be for hunting would be a rifle, um, only a rifle, and it should have only a limited amount of rounds, like 10. It can't be used for self-defense. We can have only one gun for a lifetime. Some factors can change this. We're selling guns to a person that had a gun already only for certain circumstances. For example, maybe like malfunction of the weapon you purchased, or just like very stained function, like it doesn't work very well after the years. Specific type of guns, only handguns or 9mm are allowed for public defense. Smaller weapons are less intimidating and less potent. I mean less potent in the sense of rounds, magazines, and barrels. Guns must have safety locks, all of them, no matter what they are. All of them should have safety locks to prevent massacres like in schools like Sandy Hook or the one in Virginia Tech, as we all know. Guns for public defense. No, neither police officers or security guards will have weapons. They at times turn out to be danger to a society. This is my opinion. They just can turn out to be dealers or corrupted police officers. There will be people who will have permission to own guns. They're going to be healthy people that had background checks completed, just like I said in background checks. To manage the transition, my new gun policy will focus more on saving people mentally by having a strong mental health system and checking background checks strictly before selling a gun. So all the medical tests and background checks have to be done mandatorily and strictly. My gun policy is also focused on limited policemen having guns, since they can also be a danger to society and can do dreadful actions with those guns, such as smuggling or dealing or killing people like unfairly. If police can have guns with this law, the chance population gets more guns is minimal. If police can have guns, the population, the citizens, also they can't. The enforcement. The enforcement will be by developing a stronger mental health medicine, as I said earlier, and educating people. Teachers and doctors will be able to help the enforcement of this law by educating and checking patients. However, punishments for homicide will be the same as the current punishment. Civilians with clean record will receive 20 or to 25 years of jail. Second offense will be punished by life imprisonment. The taxes given to the government will be enough to enforce the law. The state will pay the doctors, psychologists, and the teachers to do this. In fact, everyone should educate. Well, I'm done. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys like my idea and my gun policy in order to get a more utopian community without guns. Thank you.